I am live. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I am Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Reason why I'm doing this is because I want to build up some of my watch hours, so I can get monetized on this channel. Basically, that's what it all is. So let's see if anybody pops in. Would be nice. And I'm not going to be up here for a long time because I had a long day. Let me see if I can fix my camera here a little bit more. Get this out of the way now. There we go. Pull it in a little bit more. All right. Okay, let's see if anybody pops in here and see what's going on. Now, like I said, I'm subscriber-wise, I'm good. I'm looking for watch hours. That's basically what it is. I'd like to get this channel monetized because I have a lot of big plans for it. Also, on my other channel, I just started walking into doing a podcast. Well, if I could talk. So, let's see what happens here. Well, I got somebody looking. Daddy Dutch, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How was your weekend? All right? I know you're pretty busy. Let's see here. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been having some issues with it lately, so let me put this up here. Dutch, if you want to come up for a little bit, let me see what I'm doing here. Are you home, Dutch? Blue, hello. How you doing, kiddo? How you been? What I'm looking for, I'm trying to build up some watch hours on this channel here. I got a ton of subscribers, but the watch hours are not there. So yeah, I can imagine, man. I watched a little bit of your the videos and stuff. So I tell you, I don't know if I can handle the pressure anymore doing them competitions at my age. Anyway, let's put it that way. I mean, I was in competition every night, but we finally got a cool. If 102 is cool, we finally got that out here. But I was telling the guys over on Sleeper Barbecue's channel. I said, it was 79 days over 102. I think it was 10 days over 112. But it's always 65 degrees in the casino, so that's where I wind up going. Unbelievable. So what I'm doing now with this channel here in particular, this channel here is a lot easier for me to do because there's no stress as far as waiting for somebody in the chat to say, well, that's not keto or you're not doing this. So this channel here, I'm a little bit more at ease. And I'm making stuff from, now I added into the 50s, late 50s, 60s, and 70s. Forgotten foods, stuff that people don't use or make anymore, especially in restaurants. And the whole idea was with this channel here is the Sunday Dinner Chef is for Sunday dinner. That was one of my big things that I try to promote in the restaurants to bring people in for families for Sunday dinner. So well, I tell you what, it got too hot out here too early. I mean, in April, late April into May, we were starting to get some hefty heat, over 100 right off the bat. So I can't imagine what August and September's doing. Bat, my man, what's going on? How you doing, brother? It's today wasn't bad, but I didn't go outside too much at all. And last night we had a power outage. I was on with Grumpus and Gulf Coast Granny for a little bit, and all of a sudden, bam, my electric went off, and then I lost. I didn't get back to having cable until probably around 10:30 or 11 o'clock this morning. So hey, how you doing? Give my love to Mrs. Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Anyway, so that's what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking to do some. I wasn't planning on doing too many lives on this channel here, but I need to build up some hours. Uh, I put a video up today. I don't know if anybody watched it or not, but it was about surf and turf. This is the second one I did. The first one I didn't do justice, but I found pretty good lobster and actually filet mignon. I got a real good price. So oh, cool. I appreciate that, Dutch. Pretty appreciate it very much. Oh, by the way, that's what I wanted to tell you. There is a company that out I believe they're out of San Francisco, but they make it's Tony's hot. It's called hot pepper and olive oil. Basically, that's what it is. So I ran it pretty low, and we used the last of it up. And what I did was I put some of my pepper flakes in the bottle, a little bit of olive oil, and then I took a small funnel, Dutch, and I used some of your hot stuff in there. I'll tell you what, I think I can start a fire with that one. Really do. And it's made me start putting some stuff up here. I figured how to do this at the time. I don't go live that much, even on the other channel. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna put up the. I thought I had it up there. I'm having a little grape. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah. You know what the funny thing was? I mean, I have your newer stuff, but I have also still have your older stuff. The older stuff was just phenomenal hot. I mean, just wow. So what I do with that is I actually blend it in. I'll make a sauce out of that using that, put it in there, and I'll make a sauce with that hot stuff. Gives that a little afterburner taste to it. Very good. Very, very good. So Dutch, how'd you make? I didn't watch the whole thing, but how'd you make out in the competition at all? Did you? Uh, I know you were saying that you were waiting to see the sheet to see how you did compared to last year. Interesting to know. I tell you what, I give you a lot of credit for doing that because you know what? It's a lot of stress. It really is a lot of stress to put something out like that because you're dealing with people that could be finicky, don't like the way you look or the way you walk or anything like that, and has nothing to do with your barbecue. So okay, okay, no problem, Blue whatsoever. None whatsoever. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Anybody want to pop up? There is the there it is. You know, I got to see if I'm on YouTube. Yeah, it's been a while since I did this happy stuff. All right. Yeah, there we go. Let me dump out of there. Let me go back to here. Let's see what that says. 34 teams improved score over last year. Third, turkey. Chicken. Really? That's insane. Turkey, though. I would think that would be much harder to do than ribs or anything. Wow, that's amazing. I can't believe they would hate the ribs like that. That's completely nuts. Well, anyway, like I said, I was in competition every night, 7 nights a week. But I got to take my hat off to everybody who does it. I mean, uh, geez, I mean the work, the time that's put into it, and have somebody tell you, see, I would lose my mild mannered approach would be, put them up, you rat bitch. Unbelievable. So yeah, like this, I've been getting a lot of good feedback as far as um, people, people sending me messages and saying, "Hey, try this," or "How about chicken?" I did chicken cordon bleu already. How about chicken a la king and all kinds of different stuff, all different types of stuff. So the feedback is getting really good with it. It's just that I got to find most of the stuff in the stores that I can do it with. So I had one lady wants me to do a beef Wellington. I haven't done one of them since I left the restaurant business, but I tell you what, that would be a really good thing to do. Let's see. Hmm. That That's when you say you're doing a turkey. You're doing just a turkey breast or a whole turkey. Because if you're doing just a turkey breast, I think that would be much harder than doing a regular turkey, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and oh, and by the way, this is root beer. Believe that one. I'll tell you another one. The well, you know what? We only would make a certain amount of Wellington because it wouldn't stay. So not that we would cook all of them at the same time, but it just was a pain in the butt to put out. And for the money that we got for it, really wasn't worth it. But I want to do a nice Chateaubriand. But there again, I mean, filet mignon, the prices are coming down. Um, and I would never not use the whole thing. Just use the center of it, which would be the Chateaubriand. But today, for next week, I made a beef bourguignon, and I modeled it after Julia Child. She cracked me up all the time. Yeah, I will definitely will. Let me see. I don't have. I shut my renter off on here. Let me see what we got going here. Man, everything looks great. I can't imagine what was wrong with the ribs. I mean, I don't know. Let's see if I can get that up. That was Daddy Dutch. It was in a competition all weekend. That's got to take the life out of you. I mean, trying to please people, that would drive me insane. Well, I tell you what, there ain't nothing wrong with them. I can't imagine something wrong with them ribs. I really can't imagine that. Hmm. See, that's the other reason why I wouldn't want nothing to do with it. I would actually lose my mind. And but there again, I mean, if something's wrong with a dinner, or saying that's too cold or whatever like that, but this is the competition stuff. I mean, you get one man's opinion. Is my way of looking at it. And there again, if you don't like the way you look or whatever, that's just my opinion on it. I mean, I'm sure there's a protocol that they follow. I used to like the people coming into Terry. How you doing, brother? I used to like the people coming into the restaurant and think they were food critics. You know what I mean? Trying to get something for nothing. But there again, if something's wrong, you got to take care of it. I couldn't take the pressure like that. Wow, unbelievable. You're a better man than me, Kent, for that. Putting up with that. That's crazy. I'm still working. I don't know if you remember, but I talked to you about out here, out actually in Henderson, about doing a cook off within the next year or two. So if there again, I don't know anything about it, but I got the insight for it. And if I do, I will hit you up, find out exactly what we need to do. And I told them what I'd like to do is I'd like to do an invitation for it. They just built a really good, really nice looking hotel onto this casino, and then they have another one out on I-15. It's like a regular truck stop, but they have a casino. I think 2 or 3 hotels there. Big complex, really big complex. Nice people to deal with. Yeah, Terry, I would think that too. But you got to understand what the other people put up. So I don't know. But I guess it's all in good fun, whatever. But that can be expensive. That can be really expensive. Let me have another sip of root beer here. I don't know. I don't know. Terry, how you feeling, buddy? You all right? You back in the saddle again, or I knew you were having some issues. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I did. I did a beef bourguignon today with a chuck. I bought a whole roll chuck last week, and I didn't cut out any steaks, and I didn't do any Denver steaks out of it. I didn't do any uh, flat iron out of it. I just cut them. I just cut them probably inch and 3/4, 2 inches, 2 and 1/4 inches thick, and pack, freezer pack them. And today I took one out and used them. And I got to tell you what, man, it was really, really good. You know what, Terry? I can't bat an eye. I'm a back real hard keto. Actually, I'm a carnivore for a little bit just to get my numbers and stuff down. Went to the doctor on Friday, and I was waiting to hear about some issues, but everything was fine. Everything is good. Walking with no cane again. So it's definitely what you eat. I can argue that point all day long, but I'm feeling really good. Just that it's too friggin' hot out here. Right? Today was a little reprieve. I think it was 105 the high. So, but hey, it's where I live. So, as I said, it's 105 outside, 65 in the casinos. So, anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anybody got any things coming up in the future, or Terry, I gotta start posting more up on your Facebook. I haven't been posting too much stuff on there, just some of my own stuff. But I mean, I gotta throw it back up again. Oh no! I don't know what we did. Last night. We had a thunderstorm come through. I was on a live with Grumpus and Gulf Coast Granny, and we were on it. And all of a sudden, Granny fell off. Something happened with her, and Grumpus was having trouble with his audio. And all of a sudden, everything went black. Bloop. We had out here in Clark County, where I live in the southeast. We had probably, I think they said like 1,800 or 1,900 homes that went out. I think it was like 10:30, 11 my time. So yeah, before it got too hot. Besides, it was like in the 90s, I guess. I don't know. Everybody says it's dry heat. It's just friggin' hot. I don't care what anybody says. Unbelievable. But yeah, getting a good report from the doctor and trying to get everything back in shape again. Back playing again, back in a band. So we're rehearsing. Hopefully, we were hoping to get something together for the summer. But everybody had other things going on. So what we did was we turned around and just took I guess this month off. I'm going to get back into it again in August, and hopefully we'll get out playing some of these casinos out here again in throughout the winter, which is good for me because I'd rather do it in the wintertime than this friggin' heat. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Lost foods from the I added the 50s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. I tell you what, there's a lot of good stuff out there. There was a lot of good. I remember now. I'm jogging my memory, coming back with it that that people were making, and then I'm trying to collate as far as what it was with the like the FDA and stuff. What was good, what was selling and what wasn't selling. So from the 60s into the 70s, no beef. I mean, it was low fat, high carbohydrate diets. So I was all over that, looking and seeing what they were doing. Let me go back here. Yeah, things are going pretty good. So, but this channel here, like I said before, it's a lot easier for me to do. I can go to the freezer, thaw something out, or go to the store, pick something up, come home, cook it, and have no problem whatsoever with worrying about getting chastised for not keto or whatever. I still follow the keto diet really strict. This channel, I'm just cooking using some old recipes. I got a binder full of old stuff that I had from the restaurant days and just putting stuff together, see what's happening. There is my man right there. Appreciate it, Chef. How you been? Okay. Hey, I'm sorry I missed you, but I don't know. Did you come out here or did you go straight home? I'm having root beer, Chef. Oh man. So, um, I had one person give me like 5 or 6 different recipes that I'm working on. I'm trying to put it together, and like I only do one a week. I only do one video a week for the show here, and it can be time consuming. It really can because trying to get the right segments together with it, trying to get the right ingredients and everything. I have mostly everything, but some. I tell you what, a lot of chicken dishes, an awful lot of chicken dishes. So Marie says, "Well, maybe you should go pick up, already cooked chicken, in the store. They're fairly cheap. Nah, I'd rather make it myself and then go from there." So that's the only drawback is I'm pig headed that way. I don't know, Chef. What's your heat like? All right, you're all done. Pretty cool. Blue, I dropped the link if you want to come up. Anybody want to come up? I dropped the link. I'm not going to be up long, but uh, Yeah, yeah, it was cheap, and here in the States, it was all um, back then. It was low fat, high carbohydrate. Everybody was jogging. I had 3 or 4 friends of mine that went into the jogging bull crap and dropped dead. And here we are.
Good morning.
Blue, blue. Good morning. I'm getting ready to go to bed.
It's 3:20 here, so you know.
Pretty cool. Let me see what we got here with Chef. All right. You were there for one night. Pretty cool. And you said it's 104 in Arizona. And we were 105 today, but it's dropping. So
Yeah, they keep promising us to have some actual weather. But
do I have any feedback on? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Okay, no feedback.
Is it me?
No. I'm just checking. Because I
Okay.
got everything turned up. So what's been going on there, woman?
Just busy.
Yeah.
Busy getting things done, you know. Sorting out. We've been actually sorting out our pantry.
We
Trying to consolidate it into one spot because it's like bits here and bits there and bits there.
Let me put these on because I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I shop probably, I think I'm doing it the smart way. Okay. So I'll shop for the month.
Yeah.
And, I'll buy a big hunk of meat or something, butcher it up myself and this and that, and whatever else we get. But it's been hot. It's been so hot.
Mm.
Poor Marie's been trying to grow her little garden with the essentials. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Yeah.
2 or 3 years in a row now, basil. I use a lot of basil when I cook.
Mm.
And I hate buying it because it's like $5. A little basil plant, you get them home and they die.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, I'll plant it. I mean, it was last week. I think it was last Sunday. I think it was 120 degrees here.
Wow.
So everything's just baking. I mean, we have them all in the shade, the whole bit, but they die.
Yeah, we've got the opposite at the moment. We've had no summer at all.
Yeah.
We kind of look at the blue sky with suspicion at the moment. It's raining nearly every single day, and it hasn't. I don't think it's hit over 20 degrees all year. Maybe once. Twice. Oh yeah, sorry. It's hit it twice.
No. I mean, today was like. Well, I wrote it down. 79 days. Okay, 79 days over 102 here in Las Vegas.
Wow.
We were I think they said 7 to 10 days in certain areas, over 115.
Wow.
Okay, so I mean, and it's only July, so we got August and September to go through yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen. Our electric blew out last night. I mean, we had a thunderstorm. That rain is like hen's teeth.
We can have some of that. How's that? We'll swap.
Yeah, but I would love it. I would love it.
We'll swap.
Marie's trying to keep everything alive. She's watering 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
And either that can help or hurt. I don't know, but it's been crazy. But
Yeah,
there again, I live in the desert, so I can't complain too much about it. You know what I mean? I chose to move here.
There is that. There is that.
And then trying to cook, a lot of stuff I'm going to do outside because I have a smoker, electric smoker, and what I'd like to do with it is use it. I use that as an outside oven.
Yeah.
So I don't have to heat up the house. Well, last time I tried to use it when it was that hot, kept kicking the breaker because the wire itself was too hot.
Right.
So I couldn't use it. So I said, you know what? Let me just, we'll have to suffer through it. So I've been limiting what I've been doing as far as, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear
Don't
that.
know.
I hear that. I mean, we've been basically brought the slow cooker back out.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. And
You know?
today I did a Dutch oven. I did a beef bourguignon with, on top of the stove with the Dutch oven. It came out really good, you
Mm.
know. But I said, I have to start making my way through that kind of stuff. And then and then in the summer we had, in the beginning of it, I guess in springtime, had 2 new neighbors move in where I live.
Right.
Well, I fired up the smoker, and a lady come out and she said, "Are you burning?" Oh, geez, here we go. So I had to sort of coax her in. In fact, I gave her some of the ribs that I made, but I was smoking ribs. I had to give her some of that to bribe her, not to call 911. She thought the house was on, she thought the house was on fire.
Yeah,
It's
it's one
amazing.
thing that would worry me over here is having a smoker this close to other people, because
Yeah,
the chances are that they're going to say, "Oh, they're on fire."
yeah.
No, we're not.
And I have little gas burners, butane burners from the restaurant days that I set up when I do my steaks, because I like to do them, hot and fast, sear them
Mm.
up. So I do that outside too. And then one lady on the other side of me, she says, "What you cooking?" For crying out loud! What do you want, lady?
Everyone's your friend when they realize you have a smoker.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So, did you get over your G over the 1,000?
I haven't yet.
Ah.
I haven't yet, but that's okay. I mean,
How close?
it's okay.
How
Slow and
close?
steady. I'm on. Let me have a look. I'll have a look and I'll tell you exactly. 922.
After we get off here, I'm going to put you up on my own share, yeah,
Okay.
and see if we can push you up a little bit. You know what? The stress level did. I mean, it didn't bother me that. This channel worked a lot faster than the keto channel did, and I understand why. But the keto channel had a lot of controversy, a lot of different things I had to delete. I had to block people. This one's my easy one. This is my,
Your chill out one.
my regular channel. Then me and Marie both have one together. It's called Seniors Food and Life.
Ooh.
But it's just us. With her doing something, Cheryl cooking, whatever. So I got one today. After I cooked, did the presentation with the plate, the whole bit. Then we went to the table to go eat. And I left everything. I thought I shut the camera off. I didn't. Well, you want to hear that conversation that we had. So that's kind of stuff I put up on the Seniors Food and Life type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just silly stuff, whatever, or both of us together. That's our life. That's what we're doing,
Exactly. And that's reality, and that's a good thing. You know?
Exactly. Anyway, but what do you got on the horizon? Anything?
I've just actually started putting videos back out again.
Yeah, seen something pop the other day. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I'm trying to aim to have a video out most days, if I can. And each day is different. It's going to be themed differently, but different areas of self-reliance and stuff like that. Because while I've not been doing videos and I've given myself a break from doing that, I've also got like 50-ish videos that have already been recorded.
Really?
So it's just putting things out and getting them edited and put out. But part of the issue is our internet, because our internet is it's dial-up basically. But they are fixing the lines, so we're kind of hoping that in the next month or so we might actually have some decent internet, which would be really good.
I'm in 4 or 5 different directions what I'm doing. Okay. Plus I'm practicing with the band. I had to go to the doctor Friday. This was the icing on the cake to figure out how I'm doing. I mean, as far as the standard American diet with what I'm doing. And we had a little bit of an argument about it,
Yeah.
But then she sort of seen my way of thinking with it. I told her, I said, "Oh, I tried your way. And I don't mean her personally. I said, but I tried your way of doing things and it didn't
Mm.
work. It got worse. I got more medications. My way of doing things right now, I said, I'm off most of the medication. I'm feeling pretty good. So we went back and forth on it. And then she finally, I didn't have to go on this channel about it too much, but my whole thing is they keep hitting me with type 2 diabetes. And I say, well, and you're insulin resistant. What's my
Yeah.
insulin numbers? What's my insulin numbers? She said, I don't know. I said, ain't that half the problem? How about give me
You
a,
don't know?
yeah, no, they don't know. So why don't you test my numbers so I know and you know, and then we can hit it head on. Am I too high, too low, whatever? So anyway, I panicked Friday when I got home. I got, the good news and everything else like that, but I didn't have nothing up for Sunday for this today. I went ahead, ran to the store, picked up, oh, I can do this. Surf and turf. Took everything, right? Go to put it up. All right. Went through the whole routine and I'm looking on what the hell is this? I already did one surf and turf. I already did one surf and turf 3 weeks ago. So what I did was I did like 2.0 or, do it better.
Yeah.
Whatever. But that she blew out. That's not what I don't want. I don't want that pressure.
Yeah, no, I get that. And that's kind of why I took the 3 months off that I did.
Yeah.
Because it was getting too much and I was trying to do too much on one day.
What you sent me about Cambodia it paid off. That's coming up soon.
Awesome.
So,
I can't wait.
Because like I said, like I told you before, what I was doing was I was looking at street food, and I wanted to do like from a restaurant or from a home, from a home. And I can't remember which one I went to. Anyway, I'm doing pork belly, shrimp, noodles, bok choy.
Ooh.
Okay, so I mean,
Nice.
pretty standard, but it seems to be a big hit in Cambodia. So
yeah, well, it's the kind of thing that is everyday food, but it's and it's what we would classify like meat and potatoes. Do you know what I mean? But it's their version of meat potatoes, and they do it really, really well. So
Kathu, I think it's Kathu Cha. KATHIEWCHA is the name of the dish. And when I looked at it, I sat straight up. I went, that's it.
Yeah.
Because I have a Philippine store. I mean, I could throw a rock and hit it from my house. You know what I mean? And I got mostly just about everything there. So.
Yeah. My ex-husband was Filipino.
Oh, really? Did not know that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Spoiled youngest son. So yeah.
I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoy going to the different ethnic stores because, first of all, it's a lot cheaper than our stores.
Yes.
I mean, I can't believe it. And the one Mexican store I go to, La Bonita, it's called, Spanish store, whatever. It looks like when you go, very clean, okay. But you go over the produce area, and it looks like they come in with a dump truck and filled every bin up with avocados. That's, I mean, 2-3 rows of avocados, and it just keeps going and going and going and going.
Wow.
Marie said when she was walking with me, she said, "You look like a little kid in a toy store."
Yeah.
She said, "You kept running from side to side to side to side, looking at this, looking at that, and all the peppers and stuff."
Oh, yeah, that's what I love. I mean, like, we have a Turkish grocery this way.
Ooh.
We have a Middle Eastern one that way. And then there's the Asian ones in town. But there's also Polish that we have close by. There's all sorts. But every single one of them, if you go to different ones, say you go to the supermarket, but you've got like soy sauce and hoisin sauce and stuff like that you want to get, you get these tiny little bottles in the supermarket, for the same amount that you would pay for a big bottle in the ethnic store. So why wouldn't you go to the supermarket of the country that you're cooking for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or as close as you can get.
I go to the Filipino. It's I can't remember the real name of it. It is some seafood, whatever. But they got everything. They got regular butcher shop that you go down. So I can buy a whole picnic pork. Okay, the back leg, and I can buy the whole thing. And he say, everything okay? It's okay. You want me to cut? Yeah, cut 1 inch. Go in the back, bam, so boom, 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 cut it up.
Done.
I come home. I put it in the vacuum sealer. In the freezer it goes.
Yeah.
There's not a butcher on site in any other store that I go to. American store. It's sad. Really is sad.
I mean, the ones that we have here, I mean, we do in the supermarkets. They're supposed to be butchers, but basically all the meat comes in pretty ready done.
Yeah.
And just comes in on the totes. So it's like, well, how can you call yourself a butcher when all you're doing is unpacking totes?
At night, I don't watch regular TV. I don't watch any regular TV. I watch just about everything on YouTube, and I try to catch up to all people that I'm subscribed to. Very hard to do. So if I can't find something that or somebody on, then I got to. I mean, it's just crazy. I tuned into a guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he went into, I think it was Kansas, and he went into a guy who used to be in the feedlots for cattle. Right. I tell you what, you talk about opening up your eyes about what goes on. Okay, there's only 4 meat cutters. 2 are from Brazil, and the other 2 are from the U.S. That's applied just about everywhere. They control everything, control the money, and that honestly woke me up with it. So, with that said, I will go to the Mexican store, and I will get different cuts of meat that I've never had before or never used before. Okay, and that's how I'm using that stuff like that. And I truly believe that I get the hocks from the ox, oxtail, and I get from the legs cut and everything else like that. I enjoy that better than I do eating a steak.
Yeah,
I really do.
Absolutely, so, and there's always something new, that you may not have tried, and there's parts that you may not have tried because you're kind of scared to, but it's something that they eat all the time, and it's like, well, if they're eating it, why aren't I eating it?
Yeah. Marie says to me, I made some. I got to get back into more fish. I haven't been using fish like I should, but made some shrimp. And Marie eats anything; she has no problem. She has nothing wrong with her. Takes no medications. Where I'm the pimple. Where I got to worry about what I eat and stuff. But I made some shrimp, okay, and rice for her. And the sauce I made, I used a little bit of hoisin, very tiny little bit of soy sauce, but the fish sauce I put in.
Oh, I love fish sauce.
Oh man,
I can just do fish sauce, Tabasco, and boiled rice, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
just
and
that.
She said, What was in it? She don't eat fish, so anything but Worcestershire sauce I was putting on stuff, and she says, "Boy, this is pretty good. What's that made of?" I says, "It's made from anchovies." And she went, "What?" Her face dropped. But there again, if you don't introduce people to it, or if you say something ahead of time, because people say no, just don't like the word of it, But fish sauce is like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, we used to go, because like I said, my ex-husband was Filipino. We'd go through a bottle of fish sauce every 2 months. And I'm talking the big ones, not the little ones, the big ones. It'd be every 2 months we'd be going through that.
That's what I got. I got it over at the ethnic store, the Oriental store. And I think it was in Kikoman is this big, this small one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like $9. Okay. $6, I got the full bottle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's the same over here. It's the same over here, but it's like, you know, and the other thing is it never goes off.
No.
People think, oh yeah, I've had that sitting in the back of the cupboard for 3 years. I need to get rid of it. No, you don't.
That's right. That's right.
If you actually look at it, it's gone darker. I actually have a bottle because I don't use it as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's been sitting at the back of the cupboard for like 4 years at this point, and it's gone really, really dark.
Yeah.
And I tried it the other day, and I was like, oh, this is the good stuff. This is what they charge you. Like
more for, yeah,
$25 for in Thailand, you know, because this is seen as like the top shelf because it is that dark and that concentrated and that just been allowed to sit for so much longer, you know.
The and this place over there, I mean, they got 2 aisles of nothing but sauce. And here's the thing I like. Now I went a couple stores. I'm going back now a couple months, maybe a year or two ago, buying mushrooms from our conventional store, getting them home, put them in the refrigerator. You don't check them right away. Put them in the refrigerator till I get ready to clean them and whatever. Marie's a fanatic with it, you know, brushes them off the whole bit, and they're bad. You get down into the center of them, and they're getting ready to go. Some of them, you know, slimy, the whole bit.
Yeah.
So, Oriental store, I go there and I get shiitake mushrooms, dried.
Yeah.
I buy $1.99. I buy bags of them, and that's my go-to.
Yeah.
I take them, I'll cut them up small like tonight. That's what I did. I cut them up a little bit smaller, hydrate them. And as I hydrate them, I use the water also to rehydrate them with. I use that part of the sauce.
Yeah.
You know, for the flavor. And I mean, just, it was really good. Yeah. So, I've been trying to hook up with, I'm going to do multi-cameras. I'm going to change things up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I started going with the OBS. I'm using OBS. I have a little computer up there and trying to switch back and forth. Well, you know what? It's pain in the butt. It really is.
Yeah, trying to do it that way is not easy. It's probably easier for you to just edit different cuts from different cameras. Do you know what I mean?
I'm trying my best to kill back edit time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes if things happen, computer goes out, whatever. So.
I get that.
I've never had fish sauce. What do you compare it to? Well, it's more concentrated, really. It's not fishy at all. To me.
It is when you open the bottle. If you're going to sit there and sniff at the bottle, it's going to be fishy.
Yeah, but I mean, the taste for me to taste it and stuff.
Afterwards isn't.
Yeah.
It's
a little salty to it. It's a little
more umami, if anything. I mean, like we used to add it to mince, like minced meat, minced beef and stuff, because it just adds that little bit of meatiness to it, which I know sounds really weird because it's fish sauce.
Right.
If you add,
that's the cool thing with it. When I make pork belly, okay, I'll pour a little bit of that over the top. Well, I'll put it in a pan first, and when I say a pan, I mean a bowl. Flop it around a little bit, get it on there, and put it in. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ingredients people get scared of using.
As soon as they see fish, a lot of people. I mean, the fish market out here is lobster and this and that. You don't see too much of any other kind of fish, right. unless you go to an Oriental restaurant or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But in the regular restaurants,
there's no real water around you, is there? It's
no. We're dead in the center. I mean, I guess the West Coast. I guess California would be the closest, and it's probably 300 miles, 400 miles. I guess for me in the water. I grew up on the East Coast. On the East Coast of the United States. I grew up there, so we always had fish, and that's what rocks my world out here a little bit as far as. I like codfish. Okay, I like to make like a batter and deep fry, almost like fish and chips type of thing. When I was a kid, Arthur Treacher's was a big big deal out, back home.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I had no problem with it. I like flounder. I like different kinds of fish, but I sort of got away from it. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden, when I started this right here, yeah, I would think so.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
If you're
yeah,
putting
definitely.
Asian flavors with it, I would put a little bit of fish sauce in whatever you're doing with the salmon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you don't want to overwhelm it with it. I mean,
No.
I'm just talking a little bit at a time because it is a concentrate. It reminds me of almost like a soy sauce with fish, made
Yeah.
with fish, basically. So
Yeah. That's a really good way of looking at it. It's like a really concentrated soy sauce. So
but it's
you
good
only
with
want to
everything.
use like a couple of drops. We're not even talking like, half a cup or anything like that. We're talking
Yeah,
drops.
I would when I would make noodles with that, I would drop a little bit of fish sauce into it.
Yeah.
Seems to brighten it up a little bit. You know what I mean? It just has
Yeah.
that.
It gives it that salty something.
Yeah. Yep.
What they now call umami, isn't it?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
They out here buying fresh fish is like you're going to pay through the nose for it. So I go to Sprouts. Sprouts is like a farmer's market type of thing. It's all fresh goods. It's another place that costs a little bit more money to buy stuff. Lamb, this big lamb I seen the other day, it came down a little bit, $57.
Wow.
And I love lamb. I mean, I could even a rack of lamb, and you got it's that big around, and that's $27 for a small rack.
Wow.
Yeah, that was me and Maria's go-to. Okay, we used to go to a place after I get done work. We go in the city and open all night. We get racks of lamb. I get two racks of lamb, and I would chew. And it looked like I was playing a harmonica when I would get done eating. They
awesome.
But the prices are ridiculous, just completely ridiculous.
Oh, prices are getting bonkers. I mean, even at the supermarkets, etc., they are getting absolutely outrageous.
I don't know. We that's what, like I said, we get back to going to the ethnic stores and stuff. The Oriental market, I mean, you can get everything they have there is stuff that stays.
Yeah.
You can put it in. I mean, bok choy. I love bok choy. You know what I mean? Even their beans, they're real big, long beans. You can cut them up.
Oh, the
and use
snake
them
beans. I love snake beans.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Have you seen the sword beans? They're like that thick. They look like a sword. They can be anywhere from that long to twice that. But they're called sword beans because they're flat and they're wide, but they're about that wide. They're amazing. Like, you need one bean to feed a family. Do you know what I mean?
So we went a couple weeks ago. We went to where I go to the store. It's a half-assed restaurant supply, open to the public type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's where I buy all my big, my bulk meat. Right.
Yeah.
So I got a 26-pound, almost 27-pound chuck roll, whole chuck roll, and that's the one I cut up. So when we were leaving there, I said, "Oh, look at that! They got a Korean hibachi joint, or Korean barbecue."
Mm-hmm.
So we brought it home. I said, "Come on, let's try that place." We got in the car and went back over to it. It's the first time I was ever there anywhere out here. Okay, I was doing back in the city and stuff like that. These are different now. Right? This is out here is all you can eat.
Oh,
I wasn't aware of that. All right. So it was $19 a person.
Right.
Okay. And we sat down, like I said, first time with Marie. So they opened up, start the fire, and we got the little hibachi in the middle of the table. And you picked out what you wanted. So we picked it out, and I'm saying, I could eat all that myself one shot. You know what I mean? But they brought out all the different sides and stuff with it. And after I cooked everything, I let Marie cook everything. And I said, "Hey, you're in charge. This way, if something's bad, I'm going to blame you." So we went through the whole time. Maybe we had pork belly, we had some brisket, we had shrimp, and then the sides. I can't remember what the sides were, but they're really good. But there was one side that Marie says, "Ooh, this is very good. Oh, this is really good. Oh, I like this." I have sliced with daikon. So if I ever brought daikon home for us to cook, she would tell me, "Get that the hell out of here! I don't eating that."
Yeah.
But being that she started eating that, she liked it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our new go-to now. So, but I didn't realize that it was all you could eat.
Yeah.
So
That's
when they come back to the table,
Hi,
parents for
Lauren.
heaven, how you doing? So when they come back to the table, they said to me, "Would you like anything else?" I'm thinking right away, what are they going to charge? But the guy, I said, "No, just give me the bill, the whole bit." So it was like $40, whatever. When it would come out to, we had no drinks, we had tea or whatever. And he said, "Sir, don't if you don't mind, but didn't you like it?" No, I loved it. Well, you could have more. It's all you can eat. I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." I said, "If that, you would have to throw me out or give me the broom to clean up in the place." But it was really good. It was really, really different. And I tell you what, it's packed now.
Yeah.
So
I bet.
on Facebook, I have another channel that I have. It's called Vegas Live Music and Food.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do there is I push live bands, different restaurants and stuff that I like. No, I don't ridicule nobody. Any restaurants I go to, it's all positive stuff. I don't like that. I don't like anybody knocking another place. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
my cup of tea.
Because
So,
everybody can have a bad day at the end of the day.
oh yeah. I mean, it's just
I've had several bad days while I was working,
yeah.
and
Oh
it's always going to be that day when some critic comes in, let's be honest.
yeah. No, I totally agree. So what I did was I contacted them. I took some pictures and I put it up on there. So now they sent me a message, whoever their marketing people is. Would you mind if I post videos on Vegas? No, I said, that's what it's there for. So they go, when you come back, bring camera. I said, okay. Come back, I'm wearing sweatpants.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean let's see who we got here. Simon, what's up, brother? I'm just trying to pick up some watch hours. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of. We don't go down to the Strip at all. It's a tourist trap, basically. But there's a lot of great restaurants out where where I live. I'm like 6 or 7 miles from the Strip.
Okay, so a little quieter then for you.
Oh yeah. But the prices are still outrageous. I mean, although they are coming down a little bit.
Yeah, but it's almost like, I see Vegas as being the Alice Springs of America, because it's right slap bang in the middle. It's completely landlocked and everything's got to be brought in from everywhere,
Well, back in the day, Las Vegas was a water stop.
Wow. It
was for the trains. When the trains would come through, it was like had like a little oasis with with the lake and whatever around there. But people say to me, "Why would you want to move to Las Vegas? Why Las Vegas?" I said, plain and simple. A lot of people save their money to go on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do on a cruise? Okay, go to buffets, see a show, gamble, swim in the pool, go home.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, I can do that within 6 miles of my house. Go do all that stuff and go home that night. I don't have to stay up there 5-6 days on the water. A little cheaper, but to each his own. There again, we go to some of the casinos out closer to us, but not every week or every month or whatever.
Yeah.
It's been probably 3 months since I've been in the casino.
There are pensioners here that actually live on cruise liners.
Oh, yeah.
It's cheaper for them to live on a cruise liner than it is to live on the main in the UK.
You know what? I seen a couple people that retired on in
Mm,
Florida. There was people
yeah.
um, that were retiring and going on a cruise ship. So I guess I don't know what it would cost for that for per month or whatever.
Well, they have like last minute deals, don't they?
Yeah, they have all sorts of deals. If you go onto like the holiday websites and stuff, they'll have last minute deals just to fill the cabins. But also it's not only they've got all their food and they've got all their drink and they've got everything they could possibly want. They've also got 24/7 medical staff.
Ah,
Whereas it can take up 6 to 8 weeks to see a doctor over here at the moment.
hmm. Wow.
So they're like, well, I've got everything I could possibly need. I don't need to do my washing. I don't need to do my ironing. I don't need to do any cleaning. It all gets done for me.
Would I
And
get
I can just
seasick?
chill out.
Would I get seasick? No, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
It's getting growing a lot of traction over here is tiny homes.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 900 square feet or lower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it's all coming to. I really don't know. I mean, who needs a big house? I mean, to me, waste not, want not. You know what I mean? Saying,
Yeah.
what one of my brothers had a house that was probably close to 7,000 square feet. He probably had rooms he'd never went in
Yeah.
ever. So I mean, I don't get that. I just that to me don't make any sense. When we moved into where we're at now, it's 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay, and it's about 900 square feet. When I first moved in here, I said to Marie, "This ain't gonna work. This is just too small.
Yeah.
You need a jackhammer to get me out of here now. Nice, convenient, close. Kitchen's old, but I don't care. You know what I mean? It's very comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Now, when I first came in, I said, "This is going to be not really used to having somebody living, over top of me or the people around me."
That there, I can't deal with that.
Yeah. So,
and I've done it twice now after living here in the UK, and I know, not again.
Yeah. So the lady that lives upstairs right now, if I don't see her in 3 or 4 days, okay, I tell Marie, she might be dead. But she told me, she said, I use my earbuds every day. And with the TV, and this way I can put it up as loud as I want the whole bit. And then every once in a while you hear her walking around, but other than that, it's no good. But Blue, I play the drums. So, I might be a charm to listen, but I have it also on headphones. It's,
Yeah, because you've got electric drum kit, haven't you?
Yeah, it's electronic, but I mean, every once in a while you can hear, dun, 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 dun. Marie, what do you do? No, but yeah, there it is. I have on the other side of me, up top, I have an Oriental couple. Yeah. She comes over once in a while to pick aloe. Marie grows a lot of aloe.
Yeah.
So she picked that, and hello, how you doing? And that's basically, that's it. So it's not too bad. It really is not that bad.
Yeah, well, we're on the end of on the end of the road. So we only share a wall with one person, and she's barely there. So yeah, we're pretty okay, but they seem to have. I mean, they've purpose built these places to have quite a thick wall between each place. It's all terraced buildings, which is like sharing walls with another person all the way along the road.
Still, the only complex we have is students.
Yeah, students are pretty much the only thing that we have an issue with, because there's student housing that way, everywhere.
Okay, you loaded with them then, yeah.
Yeah.
We had some people in here that really didn't belong here. I mean, it's basically retirement, 55 and older, gated type of thing. Well kept, really nice. Here's the thing I like about living out here in Las Vegas. People leave you alone.
Yeah.
Back east, when I lived back east, neighbors, hi, how you doing? Here, I mean, they don't bother you whatsoever. Hello, and just keep walking. You know what I mean?
I think, I mean, like, we've got a neighbor 2 doors up. And I avoid her like the plague. I can't even tell you how much she winds me up. And I'm sure it's the universe giving me a lesson in patience here.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, every time I hear her voice, I start cringing and my eyes start twitching. Do you know what I mean? She's just like, she drives me up the wall. And I just don't know why. I don't know why.
So I just started YouTube. I just started doing YouTube, and I'm up at the pool. Me and Marie up at the pool, and this lady comes in the pool. They come in to do exercise. Okay,
yeah,
they were doing their water aerobics and stuff like that. So I told Marie, I'm out of here. So she became friendly with the one lady. Okay, and she said, "Oh, my husband, where'd your husband go?" So Marie says, he has a YouTube channel. He's going to go home and record.
Mm-hmm.
He says, my sister does that also. So Marie says, oh, no kidding. So she said, she lives here. And Marie says, oh, I didn't know that. So we went back and forth. And then come to find out that the lady who does YouTube's got 6,000 subscribers. Been doing it for quite a few years. She does all kinds of cooking, but she jars, cans, whatever. Okay, makes it. She lives in the same building. There's seven buildings on a property. Okay,
yeah,
and she's right around the corner from me. So we became best of friends. All right. So I guess it was a year or so ago, just before I started this channel. I put up, I want to do a poll because I want to see exactly if I should change my name, because I have a lot of people saying, change your name, you're ruining, the keto's not going to last, blah, blah, blah. I caught a lot of flack for it. All of a sudden I hear a tapping outside because I put up the poll and said, I'm thinking about changing the name of the channel, blah, blah, blah. I hear it tapping out by my balcony and I'm saying, who the hell is that? I go out and look, and I open the door and her name is Josie. She said, you listen to me. She said, you don't change your name for nobody. That's your channel. You do what you got to do and leave it alone. If not, I will come here and slap the living hell out of you.
We all need a friend like that.
She went, so, I take her to the store. She lost her husband 2 years ago. And, but we're not constantly together. But if she needs something, if I need something, she's right there. So she made me, it's pretty funny. She made me vanilla and Jack Daniels, but she made it for what do they call it? Vanilla extra. It's not extra. You need to put that in your coffee.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she just brought over another bottle. She said, "Here, this is not ready until September." She said, "So it was rum and vanilla."
Right.
She says, what do you think? What do you think about that? I said, I think you're trying to get me drunk. I said, that's what I think you're trying to do. Great person, really good person.
Yeah. Well, every year I try and do a different type of alcohol, I have to admit.
With vanilla?
And this year it's limoncello. So there's a nice big bottle of that sitting at the back of the cupboards.
Blue, I made that when I lived in North Carolina. That right now would put me in a sugar coma.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I a few years ago I made slow vodka. I mean, the thing over here is slow gin.
Okay.
But I don't like gin.
Yeah.
Don't like it, never have. The whole smell of it just turns my stomach. It's just like, no. So any flavor that they do with gin, I try and do with vodka instead.
Okay. Well, you know what? But you know what opened my eyes to it? She made it. She said, I messed up and I bought rum, unapproved rum. And she said, it don't taste like rum. She said, it'll knock your lights out. But she said, so I'm going to start doing stuff with the rum.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, uh-huh. So here he is.
Koi pots.
Lance, what's up, bro? The yeah, so she said, try this, but I have another bottle that she gave me that I opened and I used. And she said, keep the beans in there.
Mm.
Leave them same vanilla beans. So what I
Yeah.
did was I loaded that one up with what did I put in there? Oh, I put in bourbon.
Mm.
Filled it up with bourbon. Give that a shot. See what happens. So I don't know. I don't drink like I used to. That's for sure.
No, I don't. I don't at all. I might have a drink on Christmas and a drink on my birthday, but that's it. I don't really have a drink anymore at all.
No, I'm just cooking today. Like I said, made that braised beef with the wine and
Yeah.
told Marie, give me some of that.
Nice.
Give me some of that gravy.
Far
Let me
out.
see, see what nice. I've had no idea.
Yeah, koi ponds are really popular over here. Until people realize how big the fish grow.
Yeah, friend of mine, Grumpus. Okay, he has a big koi pond in his property. And they just got slammed with a hurricane in Texas that went up through
Wow.
Houston, and he loves his koi pond. He really does.
Mm.
And he said I had the koi pond plugged in with the generator in his freezer, so he wouldn't lose any briskets or the fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before kids.
Nice.
You know, the little house is fine, but I can't climb. I would never be able to climb a ladder. Let's put it that way. That's ship sailed. So them tiny homes are nice and stuff, but in the same token,
Yeah.
who the hell
See,
wants to
knowing
climb?
my luck, because I'm pretty blind in the morning when I wake up. I can't see for a good half hour when I wake up in the morning. And, I would miss the ladder altogether and end up on the floor going, oh, I took the quick way down then.
I told Maria, I said, if I had to get up in the middle of the night to go down, climb down a ladder to go to the bathroom, I said, we'd have a problem. So, but they're
Yeah.
not. They're starting to get a little bit bigger and bigger. But now, in different areas, now you have to have different regulations for them and stuff. There's
Right.
always the government always steps their foot into something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, Lance. He takes pride in that thing too.
Yeah.
He was telling me that a couple of them are getting really, really big. When he goes over to them, they come up to him. I guess because he feeds them, whatever. I told him, I said, I'll come down. If I do come to Texas, Grumpus, I'm going to bring my fishing pole. Do a little fly fishing from his deck. The court, but I need to take too lightly to that one. Yeah, I watched a couple of videos on these different places where town said, yeah, the guy was okay to put it in. The tiny little homes. They put the home in, and I think it was like 50 square feet too big. You can't live here. So you have to spend, I don't know, $80,000 on it. Ridiculous. I told Marie, come on, I'll buy some land in the desert. We'll become nomads. Yeah. She said, I'll come visit you once in a while. Amazing. Simply amazing. I don't know. Well, we got I'm starting a podcast with the Keto channel.
Awesome.
I have a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest, and I'd rather do it on a podcast, making a video of it.
Yeah.
And just a lot of stuff I got to get off my chest, which myths and misleadings that people are getting and stuff like that. So
it can be very complicated with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everyone's got an opinion.
I saw the one I did was, but I did a little bit different. Though. In fact, it's going to go up after midnight tonight. It's going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Just something different. I'm trying to add to the channel. That channel really took off. It really did.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it started going a different ways because I got personalized with my health.
Mm-hmm.
Because starting this channel, the Sunday Dinner Chef, making pizza and eating bread and everything else, and then getting hurt with my knee, my blood sugars went nuts, went completely crazy. So back on the back on the horse again, and I'm feeling I don't walk with the cane no more. I mean, just so between the two channels, I said, you know what, I got to square up how I'm doing. A lot of misinformation. So I said, this best way to do it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you can tell who's read what book.
Yeah.
And it's the same with pretty much any kind of lifestyle, kind of food related thing. You can tell who's read what book by the information they give, and whether that book is either one, outdated, or two, has misinformation in it. But they're not willing to go any further than that and keep researching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you did something on that, didn't you? About the misinformation about things and stuff. Didn't you do a video about that a while back?
Yeah, I did. That was about a herbal medicine book that I'd found.
Okay. Yeah, you got. Didn't they try to get you in trouble for that? Or did they give you trouble on it?
I haven't done any herbalism videos myself or herbal medicine videos because when I first started my channel, I was doing some of that and they started taking the videos down. And even though I'm a qualified herbalist who's been practicing for 20 plus years, I was they was putting strikes against it and stuff like this and taking the videos down. And I'm like, hang on a second. This isn't okay. So I've got other platforms where I put those videos because that's
where I'm going. That's why I'm doing this thing here. You got to put up. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, that's bull crap. Because here's what's happening: doctors are lying to us right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Plain and simple. There are plenty of doctors that are on YouTube that talk about the way my lifestyle. Okay. How it's benefit. So I told my doctor on Friday, and that's when I finally decided that I was going to do it. Okay. I did the podcast. I recorded it yesterday. But thinking about it, do I really want to go down this road or anything like that? But I feel like my credibility is on the line as far as what I do. I'm not doing it just for the channel, for views or whatever. Okay. If I can help somebody, and this was my journey. Now, but my way of thinking is, if you are a vegan and you're doing it well for you and it's working for you, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to step in your way and say, "Oh, I can't talk. I can't be friends with you because you're." That's
what I don't understand with this all. Oh well, you're wrong and I'm right. What? No, you're right for you.
Exactly.
It works for you. That's great. But there's other people that doesn't work for, and this works better.
So,
but it's almost bordering on fascism of the whole thing when people get right up in your grill about the way that you live your life or the way that you eat food that is good for you. I mean, if you
the thing that gets me is I'm sorry. The thing that gets me is I turn around and working my ass off trying to get healthy, trying to get back. Blue, I was like 320 pounds.
Yeah.
6 foot. Okay. Couldn't walk, couldn't breathe. I mean, it just was a mess. Now I got to the point where I'm at and I turn around and I went back eating bread, the whole bit. I gained some weight back, not a lot, but I gained some weight back, but my health went down the tubes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I went for the past 6 weeks. I've been doing carnivore,
Yeah.
just as an elimination. Okay. And because I like my vegetables, I like some of them here and there, not all of them, but I like some of them. The thing is, I'm back. My numbers are back. My inflammation's gone. Okay. So when I go see my doctor, the healthcare provider, and she said, "Well, you know, your A1C is up high." I said, "I know that." She said, "And you're on this medication, metformin, yep. And you said you were going to do it with diet." I said, and I fell off the horse. I said, "So I know what I did." She says, "I think we need to put you on insulin."
Right.
Wait a minute. 10 minutes ago, you told me I was insulin resistant. So if my car, the gas tank is full, you're going to put more gas into it? Don't make sense. I said, that's why I wanted the number. I wanted the, the insulin number. So we went back and forth, back and forth and back. I said, please no disrespect. I said, I was brought up the way I was brought up, that you respected the doctor, his opinion, and everything, because he put all the time in school and you didn't. So you got to listen to this guy. That was my upbringing. I said, but no disrespect. But on top of it, okay, you have 10 minutes you're going to spend here with me. This is my life that you're fighting me about going on insulin. It's not right.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you test for it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do it. I'll do the test for you the whole bit. But she was she's pretty decent about it. But my point is, I mean, if you're going to be eating something that's killing you, don't eat it.
Yeah, well, that's it.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
So,
I don't understand.
I mean, there's only two things that put me off keto. Is number one, the meat that I can afford.
Yeah. Carnivore,
it's pumped full of medications. The animals are pumped full of medications, so we can't cook out that medication. And a lot of those medications are painkillers and muscle relaxants, which I have a reaction to, and they can't be cooked out in any cooking practice. Right. So then I have a reaction to those, and it's because of what I've eaten. The second reason is I don't have a gallbladder. So I can't digest large amounts of fat.
Right.
I shouldn't be having any. Right. Except for what naturally occurs in certain foods. You know, I shouldn't be having actually any at all. Mm-hmm. But those are the two reasons why. However, I find that plant-based works for me.
Right.
More than. And do I like bacon? Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. See, Blue, when I was back, I told her, I gave her basically my life story with it. And what happened was my original doctor left. Okay, left that office. I got another one, but I'm using the practitioner because she's easier to talk to, and I don't have to go through the routine all over again with this guy. Let her go through it, and if I have to see him. So I told her, I said, she said, when were you diagnosed a type 2 diabetic? I said, I was battling bladder cancer. Okay, I said, the bladder cancer, I had altogether 18 tumors removed in 8 different surgeries.
Wow.
Okay, I said, so in between the surgeries, they would put me on what they called BCG treatment. Now, back in the day, BCG was used for tuberculosis.
Yeah.
People that had tuberculosis, they were busting up the nodules in their lungs, actually killing the tumors. Okay, so the way they did it, the way they administer it, it's not nice at all. No. There's only one way to go in, and that's the way they go in.
Yeah.
So one treatment is 6 weeks long. So you go once a week, get this shot, and they go up into your bladder, wash this bladder, and they wash it with chemo. So it's BCG and chemo that they wash it with. And then you can't urinate for 2 hours.
Wow.
So I would leave, and it was almost a 2-hour ride from Cary, North Carolina, to where I lived in Clinton to drive home. I'm a tear. Anyway, long story short, on my third treatment, so that's a little over a year, almost a year and what is it? 8 year and 8 months, I guess. Yeah. And the nurse comes in the last time I had the treatment comes in. She said, "Mr. Garvey, I got to check your blood sugar." What are you talking about? This treatment can flare up or turn you into a type 2 diabetic.
Yeah.
Why not? And just before, I guess it was just before I started the third treatment, the doctor told me, "Tom, I think it's time for you to go home and get your affairs in order." Whoa. So now on top of that hit to the head, now they tell me I'm a type 2 diabetic. He comes busting through the door and he says, "I can't give you the treatment no more, Tom." He said, "You're a type 2 diabetic now." He said, "There's no borderline. There's no nothing. You are now a type 2 diabetic." And I said, "Hey, you red bastard." Okay, well, whatever. And me and him, we had a full-blown garden. We had 17 acres in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Marie could grow everything but a $50 bill. I mean, that's... So we were totally vegetarians, totally.
Yeah.
And with the diagnosis that I had, the whole bit. Now, on top of it, now I'm a type 2 diabetic. I was lost. I have no idea what a diabetic is. I have
Yeah.
no idea. Okay. So now went to an endocrinologist and they're telling me this. So I started juicing. It was funny. I was juicing collard greens. I was juicing kale. I was juicing Brussels sprouts. All this, drink it down, and then, oh man, okay, lost weight, but my blood sugar went through the roof.
Yeah.
So I went back to the endocrinologist, and I said to her, "What are we doing?" "Well, you got to back off some of these that have high carbs." Now, in the restaurant business, you know that you got to put a carbohydrate on a plate, okay, potato, whatever it is, okay. That was what I was taught. How I was taught. The next thing I know, here I am I'm juicing carrots, apples. Okay. Did I lose everything here? I think I might have lost it. Video is slowing down. Anyway, went through the whole routine, and sugar just kept going up and up and up and up. So that's when I discovered keto. And then keto leveled me off, dropped me back down again to where the inflammation was good. And then it was 2008, I was diagnosed, and I think it was 2017, I was told that I was cancer free.
Right.
But I was doing keto since 2015. So, but that worked for me. That's how it worked for me. So I tried each stage of it. But the people that were telling me what to do, they didn't know what they were talking about.
No.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's the part that really frustrates me, is that they're just pumping a line that they're given.
Yeah.
And when you actually sit down and try and talk to them about it, they're like, "Oh no, well that can't be right." It's like, well, it is right, because obviously that's what's happening. So you can't tell me that it's not right.
Right. Yeah.
Because that would be gaslighting. And that would mean I need to go and speak to a legal professional. Because if you're going to continue to do that, then that's, But I mean, like, you look at where the pharmaceutical industry began, and who bought it, and who basically started it, and who started buying up the universities and all their medical training and everything, and it all kind of makes sense. And it's like, hang on a second, we never did this.
There's
going on today.
There's a doctor that I'm watching right now. His name is Paul Sardino, Dr. Paul Sardino. He lives somewhere in the islands or something, but in his backyard he has mangoes, papayas, and stuff like that. He says you can't get better than right in your own backyard.
No.
So he started out where he was sick. The whole, you listen to their stories. All right. There's a couple doctors that I follow on YouTube, but this guy, he rang the bell for me the other night watching him. He actually took a camera and went into a fast food restaurant over here called Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A has all different types of chicken sandwiches, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Okay. Well, he gets the data. He got all the data on it, and he's all hep like you would be on all these different additives that they put in.
Yeah.
Okay, to make it feel, the one fillet has 67 ingredients in a chicken breast. 67.
How is that even? I mean, I can understand. Okay, so let's go as far as this. We've got chicken breast or a chicken thigh fillet, flour, and 11 herbs and spices. And I know that's not Chick-fil-A, but let's go.
Yeah, I got you. Come on. Yep.
That's not even 20.
So there is. Do you remember? When we were kids, there was the silly putty.
Yeah.
Okay, you take you could bounce with it. You could put it on a newspaper and take off the print on it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Well, the compound that's made with, okay, is in the chicken. It's some name about 5 inches long is in it. Okay, xanthan gum. All kinds of preservatives and stuff like that. Okay, where people don't know. So he went through the whole routine with the whole thing on it. So whatever they sold, he bought. Okay, and then they have macaroni and cheese. Okay, got the small one, and there was 35 ingredients in that.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, you don't even want to hear about McDonald's. I mean, that's the.
Oh no, I know about McDonald's. I worked for them when I was a teenager.
Yeah, just
I
about.
know all about McDonald's. I just.
So my point is the way I cook, even on this channel here. Okay, I try to keep it semi-normal, and that's what my whole impression with this channel is: cook at home, get your family together, cook Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Okay? If you do it once a month, I'd be happy. All right, but cook what mom made. Get mom's recipe book, and you don't have to be a chef. You don't have to be a great home cook. Anybody can do this, but do it. Sit down, take the phones away. All right, sit down and have a conversation with your family and have Sunday dinner. That's some of my best childhood memories ever.
That's
Sunday dinner.
What I'm trying to get Tanny to do. That's what I'm trying to get Tanny to do. He's grown up in a household where that wasn't a thing. Mm-hmm. It only became a thing when he went to live with his grandmother.
Yeah.
So for him, it really wasn't a thing anyway, because by the time he went to live with his grandmother, he was he was pretty much a grown kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of lost its effect, if that makes sense.
Oh, of course.
But it's something that I find really important. And it's always been important in my house. It's like, I don't care if you're here during the week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're here on a Saturday, because you guys have got things to do as well. Obviously, when they were little, they had to be there, but as older, and they had their own stuff. But Sundays, you're home.
There was 5 of us in the family. Okay, my oldest sister. I only had one sister. She was the oldest. She was an executive secretary for the president of this company called Firmenich. I think they're from They make flavors and fragrances. Matter of fact, McDonald's was one of the. They behind Estee Lauder. Let's put it that way. I worked for them for a while. I was building kitchens for them for taste tests.
Right.
People would come into this place and there. So she was the oldest. Okay, she highfalutin type of thing. My older brother was mayor of the town. Me and him were partners in the restaurant business.
Right.
The other brother was chief of police of the town that we lived in. All right.
Yeah.
My other brother ran a company in a refinery, but every Sunday my father said, if you don't come here, I will come get you for Sunday dinner. Hang the phone up. So we had all these people with highfalutin jobs come into the house, kiss the ring of my mother and father, and sit down and have dinner.
Yeah.
He didn't care. No, he said, I don't care. I don't care. You're coming to the house.
Yeah.
So, and that's sunk in my head so bad.
Mm.
So what I did was in the restaurant in Sundays, thank God for Sundays, because it was a late night for us. It was,
Yeah.
early. By 6 o'clock we were done. I'd shut the bar down and off we go.
Yeah.
But Sunday, I put together a menu for Sunday dinners for the family of 5.
That's
You can
what
have
we
this.
did.
Yeah, put them out into the plate. Whatever. Just it just lost. It's gone.
We used to change all of the seating round. When I had my bistro, we would change the seating round to long tables.
Yeah, she
and we
said
did it so you'd have to sit next to your other people.
Exactly.
Right? So you had to share. You had to be part of that, the whole table as a collective. And we would do 3 courses.
Mm-hmm.
None of the other menu was available. It was a 3-course thing. It was a set price, and that's what you were getting. You got a choice of your meats. You got a choice of your desserts. You could choose what, But everything got put on the table. You'll love this, right? So everything got put on the tables
Mm-hmm.
in big serving bowls, and you had to pass it round. There was, everyone had to pass it round. Because
I lived in
family dinner.
We had the restaurant on the East Coast, and then once I got out of that, early on, I went back and forth with the family business for a while. But early on in my life, we moved down into Texas. I lived in Katy, Texas. So that was a big to do also. Sunday, you go, you go to your church and then go out somewhere to eat or at home.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to North Carolina, after I had retired, moved to North Carolina, we were growing everything. We were, you talk about homesteading. I mean,
yeah.
Marie said, why didn't we think about starting a channel then? But that's when I got nailed with the bladder cancer.
Mm.
But I would get pallets from like Walmart, the hardware stores and stuff. I built a barn out of pallets, pallet wood. But Sunday dinner, okay, I had to build a big deck on the back of the house, and that's what we did. Kids come over, neighbors come over. That's what it was all about,
Yeah.
But
that's
dog
it.
break. Lance had to take the dog out.
Bless.
But that seems to me that it's lost. I mean, and
it is. It really, really is, and it's sad because it's so important. And I don't think people realize how important it is. On no other level is it, we tend to sit in front of the TV now with trays or dinner on our laps, all right? And it's actually really bad for us as far as posture goes when you're eating. And it has an actual physical effect on your body as well because you're uncomfortable, you start shoveling, because you want to get it done.
That's what this whole channel is about, right? Well, what I'm going now is with forgotten foods. And what's the biggest culprit? Me, when I grown up, TV tray, TV dinner in front of the TV.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Other than Sundays, but any other time of the week was, I guess my parents were tired by the time they were raising me from the other 4. But, so I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit, and Lance is in here right now. Lance is in here right now.
Right.
Lance loves to make. Lance lives in Maryland, okay, and he's real close to Amish people.
Right. Yep.
Okay. So Lance was doing for a while, and I'm sorry he stopped it because it was a good series. I enjoyed watching it, but he was making pot pies.
Ooh.
Now I got to ask you a serious question.
Okay.
Do you make your own dough for that? Would you make your own like pie crust for that, or?
I can do.
And
it's the honest answer. I can do. I have done.
I've never done it, and I'm going to know how
to do it unless it's Christmas now.
Okay, because I'm looking. No matter how I fight it back, I'm going to have to do it on this forgotten foods. Okay, you're going to have to be making a pot pie or turkey pot pie or something.
Yeah.
So I was just want to pick your brain about how hard is it to labor intensive. I know it is, but
It's not.
see, this is what I like to hear.
It's not.
Okay.
It really isn't, because most of the time is just rolling, folding, and sticking it back in the fridge for half an hour or whatever, and just walking away. You know, that's half the job. So
Okay.
it's like, you know, if you're sitting on your butt all day and you're doing very little, it gives you that 5 to 10 minutes of getting up, walking around, and shaking yourself down a bit, you know. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, because I mean, me and Lance, I see in the restaurant we always had prepared dough. We always had our, you
Right.
know, our sheet dough that we would get because actually it was more cheaper to do it in a restaurant.
Yes.
Buy the puff pastry that way.
Yeah.
But to make it at home, see what I'm doing, Blue. You understand what I'm trying to do here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to challenge my buddy here to get back into making pot pies. But is he biting? I got to see if he bit the hook or not because he likes fishing. I don't want to. Here's the other thing that I'm gonna start doing, and I don't know if it's gonna hurt or help, but I've been reading a lot about the new CEO that took over on YouTube. Okay,
Oh.
his big thing right now is that he's encouraging creators to make videos a little bit longer, and they're going to put up a thing for it to be put up so it's you can edit it for large screen TVs.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So he's encouraging people to turn around and make longer videos in a sort of TV format.
Okay.
And then if you're monetized, you can, or if you have ads on your channel now, that you can also pinpoint when you put the ads in.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So
Got a
I'm
few
thinking,
gamer friends who have quite large gaming channels, and
Mhm.
that really come up in there. It's because when they're live, they're like, well, I know you guys don't like the ads, but quite frankly, that's when I go and get a drink. That's when I stop and, go to have a, bathroom break and what have you while you got the ads. So it's that or an empty screen.
Yeah. So
Right.
I mean, I'm the way I'm thinking about it, and it seems to be going that way much more. I see people putting up longer stuff, longer than 15 minutes is what I'm talking about.
Mm.
So the average TV show is like the 27 minutes,
Yeah.
and then with the commercials and stuff in there like that. This guy actually said that that's what he's pushing for, and he come up with a percentage. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Of how many people actually watch YouTube on a large screen TV.
Oh, there's loads. I mean, like I look at I've actually looked at the analytics on mine, and probably 40% of the people who watch my videos watch it on large screen TV.
Yeah. Now see Shade Tree, see what he says. I watch everything on my TV.
Yeah. So most of the time in the evenings we will watch on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with watching on the TV is you can't comment.
Yeah. Well, he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that. He said, yeah, that was. He said that was more than a problem, but then that's what he was talking about going back with the people on cell phones.
Yeah.
To put up. So what they did was, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but now on if you're watching on a big screen TV and you go, like say I go to see Sleeper Barbecue, all right, and I'm on watching him on there and I have my phone on, I can actually put what I'm watching on my phone onto my big screen.
Yes.
And then you can comment from your phone.
Yeah, there's an airdrop or something that you can do that. Yeah. So I do that. I do that from occasion, but rarely, because my phone has Blue Self Reliance channel on it.
Mhm.
And the TV is set up for my gaming channel.
Okay.
So we watch, because in the evening we will sit together and we will watch a couple of our favorite gamers on there.
Mhm.
And because I used to game stream myself until we
Okay.
moved here and ended up with the worst internet that we could possibly end up with. So, yeah, so we just watch it on there. And every now and again, there'll be something that comes up that I want to watch, but I can't sit in the office and watch it because, you know, I mean, like I have 3-foot screens in here for my PC, so I don't have to worry about the size of the screen or anything like that. So we just sit in here and, you know.
So what? Yeah, I and like Marie says to me, she watches TV. I'm usually in here trying to edit something, or I'm practicing, or whatever. And then when I get done with what I'm doing, then I usually go right into the bedroom, and I got a big screen TV in there. Marie's out in the living room. She'll watch. Marie likes to watch murder, and it gets me a little nervous once in a while. But so I'll go in and watch YouTube. You know, I watch how to. What I do is I watch a lot of stuff about getting poisoned. But no, I'm only kidding. But I'll watch my YouTube and on the TV. But my point is, I'm thinking to take it a little bit further with the channel and see how it works to make a little bit longer videos, a little bit more. I had a guy tell me, because I said I'm chasing the clock. How many people watch? Is it interesting? What are you doing? You can go down that rabbit hole, okay, and get lost, completely lose your channel by doing that. But if you're doing something and showing somebody how to prepare something or whatever, and if it takes 25 minutes for the video, he said, put it up. What are you worried about?
Well, exactly.
Somebody's going to watch it.
I have videos that are going to be coming out that are pantry videos for a series I'm doing called Top Up Thursdays. That they're going to be me making things to go into the pantry or the stores, the food stores and stuff like that. And the one that's coming out is about these beans that we got at Easter. They were like 50p a packet. And I have done the prep work in real time because people need to know that, you know, a couple of pounds of beans doesn't take all that long to prepare. You know, people look at it and go, oh, no, I can't do that. It's going to take too long. No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
Yeah, see, that's the mind.
You know, and I think doing things like that and showing people that these things really don't take as long as they think they do. You know, I made nearly, I think you guys would call it a gallon, 2.5 liters of yogurt.
Okay.
Took me less time to make it than it would for me to walk to the shop and buy that.
See, that's the that's the thing that when people say, well, it's hard to do, or I made a video actually. Was it today? Yeah, today's video when I made it. A good friend of mine says to me, Tom, did I miss you making the cream sauce for the spinach? And I said, well, you got a keen eye. Well, I hit the button for the camera to go on, but it never went on. I thought it was on.
Wow.
Okay, but he caught it. He picked that up. So he watches. Yeah. That's my, that's when I'm,
Well, that's it. But it's I think people get scared of doing things because we're so out of touch of doing things. It's like, oh, I don't have all day to give to making bread. Well, you're not doing it all day. The first half hour is the first half hour, and then you might go back to it 2 or 3 times and give it a bit of a slap, which is going to take you less time than to boil the kettle. So,
Blue, I made chasing the clock. Okay, on the videos, chasing the clock. I tell you what, I think I hold the record I made a hollandaise sauce in probably 13 seconds.
Wow.
Because because what I did was I kept cutting it, looking at the clock, how long it was taking me to do that hollandaise sauce. So you see me start it off like that, and boom, I click to the finished product. So what happens is, I look at credibility with people.
Yeah.
Okay. And that went right out the window. Credibility for me went right out the window as far as I was concerned, because you know what? Too worried about somebody said to me, "Oh, your videos are too long, so I don't watch." All right.
You know what? There is a channel that I watch that consistently has 45-minute to an hour-long videos. She has over 700,000 people following her, and her videos have consistently got over 250,000 views. She puts a video out 3 times a week.
Wow.
I don't think she has an issue, and I don't think the people who watch her have an issue with how long her videos are. And I will happily sit there and watch them while I'm doing other things. I use them more as like a audio book kind of thing, unless something she says catches me and I need to have a look at it, because I will sit here and just do my work while she's doing hers. But I've just put a video out that was an hour and 20 minutes. And it was like, well, actually, no, I want people to know this process, and I want them to know how I do it. And it's got to be done this. Well, it doesn't have to be done this way, but I wanted to go through what I was doing to show the whys and wherefores of each thing. Is everyone going to watch it? No. Do I care? No. Because the one person who really needs it is going to watch it and get something from it. And that's what matters to me.
You just hit the nail on the head, because, Shade Tree, I'll get to you in 1 minute. My grandson said to me, "Pop, I watched your video the other night and you were doing something, but you cut away from it real quick. I don't know how to use a knife, and you cut away from cutting up the vegetables, different ways to cut up the vegetables, and you cut away from it." I said, "Because I feel like it's boring people."
No.
"Pop, I don't know how to do it."
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's other people out there that don't know how to do it. I said, "Holy crap, listen to this." Okay. So, I went down the wrong rabbit hole, thinking, listen to certain people say, "Well, if it's the video's more than 5 minutes, I don't watch it, or 8 minutes, I don't watch it."
So don't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. And then listening to the CEO of YouTube turn around and saying, "I think everybody should start looking into making a little bit longer videos rather than shorter ones. This way it can be long form for a TV setting," is exact words. So,
I mean, the one thing that I will say about knife skills is people at home tend to do that rather than this. Okay, now I can't hold my hand that way anymore, so I got one of these.
Okay, there you go.
The finger guard. Simple. I don't have to have my fingers in that direction. I can curl them around the thing, but that still fully protects my fingers from the knife.
See what I use
pennies.
Yeah, I use my tweezers. My culinary tweezers I use.
I never got the hang of tweezers. I gotta admit.
I hope I stick it into the meat, and then I just follow my knife right down.
That works.
It works. Whatever works to get it done is basically what it
works and keeps you safe, and that's the bottom line for me. I mean, I love these things.
Shade Tree's asking.
I dotted everywhere. I can never find one when I want one, so I have to keep one on my desk. I
just got over that. I mean, I blasted my finger.
Whee.
Okay, and I cut constantly. Shade Tree wants to know what's the back to pie crust. Do you have a favorite? I always, whatever I had, I always had puff pastry with it. That's basically what I had.
Yeah, puff pastry for the top, short crust for the bottom. If you're going to do a bottom pastry, to be honest, if I was going to do the majority of pot pies, unless it was something really, really special, I would just do a rough puff.
Okay.
I wouldn't even go like the full puff pastry. I'd do a rough puff, which you can. 90% of it's done in the food processor.
Yeah.
And the rest is
Yeah.
folding a couple of times.
Now, I've seen a lot of people do just, put it in a pie plate, put the cover over top of it that way.
Yeah.
To me personally, I would like to have a bottom crust on it,
Yeah.
but
So I do a short crust for that
let's see what else we got here.
personally, and blind bake it off a bit. Because
Need to
nobody
show-
likes the soggy bottom, do they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When you do a how-to video, you need to show how. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
First time I did a podcast, I was sitting here just like I am now. Okay, I took my green screen back off because now StreamYard you can use a green screen without a without a green screen.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sitting here talking. I must have probably wasted an hour. Marie's in the other room laughing at me because I'm saying talking. I get tongue tied. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
She said it's gonna have to be rated R.
There's reasons that I do voiceovers now, and that's one of them.
Really hard. I mean, it really is. I mean, at one point I'll get I'm talking like that. Jesus. And nothing's scripted. I don't have the only other thing I did was with the podcast. And the next one I'm going to do is more or less like with blood sugar, with my numbers, my blood work and stuff like that, and then how I'm trying to combat it. So, amen. Puff pastry, Lance. I'm challenging you, brother. We got to get. Look at it this way. Don't have to be tomorrow or whatever, but we're getting in. Hopefully soon out here. Hopefully we get winter. Maybe we should do a challenge, not a challenge, but let's have everybody do a puff pastry. Maybe we'll set it up for September. Pot
that
pie.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. Everybody
does
their
puff pastry your way. Okay. So,
yeah, exactly. See, Bearded, you got to get in here, Brian. Let's see. I prefer old-fashioned
pie crust. See, I'm not sure what pie crust means. Okay, so we don't use that term over here, so it doesn't, and we don't really use it in Australia to describe a type of pastry. So I'm not really sure what pie crust pastry is different to short crust.
I think it would be the identical thing. Only here it's pie crust because apple pie, cherry pies. It would be the top layer of. I would think a buttered, not to the point of a puff pastry.
Right.
Okay, but to a pie crust.
Yeah.
Type of things. I just think the terminology is a little.
Yeah, that sometimes it's that simple.
You turn your pot pie over?
It is that simple.
Down.
That's actually an Aussie thing for a specific type of pie. So there's a thing that they have in Australia, which is a meat pie in basically almost like a pea soup.
Okay.
Thicker than pea soup, but it's still soupy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, gotcha. No, I totally get it. So that makes more sense to me with the pie turning it over. If you cook the crust on top rather than crust on the bottom, you turn it over so it wouldn't be soggy with.
Unless, of course, that's like a tarte tatin type thing. Because obviously that's slightly different again, isn't it?
Yeah. See that there again. The place I worked with down in Seagirt, New Jersey, we had a neurotic, off the charts, crazy pastry chef. Oh, she was a complete crackpot, but she put out some really good products. And we used to do every Sunday. We did a champagne brunch from 10 to 3. We had the big steam shift with carving this and that, but she would put out pastries like unbelievable. And she would come in after we closed and she would work all night to put the stuff up for the next day. But I'll complete whack job to talk to her, but some good stuff. And she was trying to teach me how to do this and all to help her.
Right.
Short crust. Is it shortening crust?
No, it's made with butter.
Yeah, but butter.
A little bit of butter. There's a sweet short crust as well that has like a tablespoon of sugar in it. That's it. That's the only difference.
So with the short crust would, to me, my interpretation would be it's not overly folded as much as puff pastry
It's not
would be.
folded
Right?
at all. In fact, you can't play with it very much. You have to have pretty much frozen butter.
Very dense. Very dense.
Yeah, it
Rollable.
It just doesn't puff. Let's put it that way. I mean, like it's not puffy. It's like
the
yeah,
puff
it's not
has left the
puffy.
room.
I
get so much crap on my pot pies vids because I turn my pot pies over before eating. Well, Lance, quick solution to that is my end would be that's the way Lance Sleepy Barbecue makes pot pie.
Yeah.
Try it. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, to get into the perfect realm with people, sometimes it just doesn't pay. Doesn't pie crust here usually mean it has some sort of shortening or fat in it? Yeah, well, it can either be over here. We can either make it with back in the day, Crisco was the big pie crust. Matter of fact, it had a big picture of cherry pie on it. So you could use it with Crisco. And the reason why they made it with Crisco was because it was cheaper than using butter. Basically, that's what it was. But it can be done either way. Shortening, if it's made with shortening, to me, it has an aftertaste. You get that slime on your teeth feeling type of thing. I'd rather have butter, go the extra mile, put the butter on it.
Not great bakers over here use them bakeries, and like it's very big over here to go into a bakery and grab sausage rolls for lunch and what have you, and if they've used like short crust pastry and they're using shortening in that, you end up with this whole layer on the top of your mouth, and it's just like, no, not doing it again, not happening.
To make some cheeses like that also, there's some curd that you would chew on, and it's actually Lance was on Lance's show before. I think Russ was talking about it. It's got that squeaky noise to it trying to eat the cheese.
Yeah.
So it's got that same aftertaste. And you'll get that. What was the name of the place? It was a fast food restaurant. Checkers. A place called Checkers. All right.
Okay.
Checkers would make French fries. You could tell when the oil was getting old because it would add more shortening to it, and the French fries would give you that same texture, that same feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, short crust pastry is crispy as well. So, I like that. Everything's got to be cold. Like I've got a friend who keeps her flour for making short crust pastry in the freezer. She'll put the butter in the freezer overnight, and then she'll use ice water in it if she needs a little bit, and that's it. But she won't even touch it. She'll only do it in the food processor so that the heat from her hands won't change. Her short pastry is absolutely to die for.
See, now Marie makes it, and she'll put a glass of water, a small glass of water into the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when she's making her pie crust, she'll go into the freezer and take a teaspoon of that ice cold water and put it in into it to mix it up and stuff. See now, prepping is saying lard or butter. Nobody here knows how to buy or get pork lard or make it themselves.
It's so easy to make, though.
But they don't think of it. It's quicker to go in the store and get the Crisco or whatever else. Pork lard is fantastic.
It's amazing. So is tallow. Like
tallow. I got tallow. I put up in the freezer.
Back in the day, right? Just before I started working for McDonald's is when they swapped out, because they used to have their fries were done in beef tallow.
Yeah.
And then they swapped them out for cottonseed oil, I think it was at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was the other thing that this guy I was telling you before about Chick-fil-A. The seed oils that they put in is just
Oh,
it's amazing. Really is amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's cheese curd. That's a certain way that they do it. And another, I don't know if it's cheaper or whatever, but I mean,
Yeah.
some cheese curds are really good, but that one I agree totally with them about the squeaking on it. So
No squeaky cheese.
I mean, if hungry enough, yeah, hell, I'll eat it. But I mean, just sitting there and you hear in your mouth. What the hell?
Halloumi has got that kind of squeaky texture to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, they talk back and forth with one another. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I use a large fork.
Yes,
A large fork.
Had the best fries. They don't have the best fries anymore.
Of pork loin. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you can actually go if you can find a butcher shop over here. They're slowly going out of business, all of them.
Yeah.
Because now it's boxed beef. They don't need to get a butcher anymore. Nobody's buying hanging beef anymore. It's a shame.
Well, if you go to any butchers and say to them, "Do you have pork fat?"
Mm-hmm.
Or do you have pork fat trimmings? Or if you have beef fat trimmings, chances are they'll give them to you because it costs them to get rid of them. And they're more than happy to give them away because that's less money they got to pay the waste disposal guy because people just aren't using it. And yet, you go to them and it's like, oh, what do you want that for? Well, making tallow. They're like, they look at you like you've grown a third head. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? I use it all.
Yeah, I mean, we used to in our restaurant. Okay, we would make because we were open lunch and dinner. So I would get there like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, prep for lunch, open the doors 11:30, and we stop lunch at 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
but we would start. In other words, you can get anything from 2 menus from 2 to 4. So, and then that's when I would do all my prep. I made all my own sauces. I made everything. Beef bones. I would. Take down a whole bit, but I always made tallow because we would do prime ribs by the caseload.
Yeah.
Okay. Every night I would do 5 prime ribs, whole 109s. Okay. And I would after we cook, then I take that fat cap off and that get thrown in a pot and that get cooked down.
Yeah.
And just and I'd use that. That was my go-to right there. I mean, but people don't do that no more. They look at you and say, huh? Really? Oh, that's not good. Well, because over here we got hammered in there. I guess it was in the 70s into the 80s about low fat, more carbs, the whole,
Yeah, all of that.
All that nonsense and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple places yet that still do it, but they're slowly dying out. So when I was telling you before about furniture, they actually would have McDonald's. You would see a helicopter coming in. It was right by Princeton University.
Right.
And you'd see this black helicopter come in. Okay. And they had a helipad there. And it looked like Men in Black, that movie, the way these guys would get out. But on the side, all black, on the side of it was gold, the archers. Yeah. No names, no nothing. They jump out and they come out with their briefcases and they win. So the company that I worked for actually made a flavor for their French fries, for McDonald's French fries.
Right.
So they were constantly the same over and over and over again. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see here. Something's going on with my computer. I can't. It's slowing down. And one more. See, I can't. Freezing. I don't know. Well, I tell you what. I'm going to go a couple more minutes, and we're going to put her down.
Okie dokie.
And I appreciate you coming up. Listen, we got to do this again. We're going to do like I was telling you before, maybe
Yep.
we kick it. If you're not too busy, maybe we can do one night or whatever. Or
You can do whenever you want.
you let me know when it's easy for you, and I can be accommodating. So
Any
just
day is easy for me because Tanny has to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway, because that's when he goes to work. I usually am awake at about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I mean, I find it interesting. I like to pick your brain a little bit because you've been around the block also, so you've indulged in stuff that I wouldn't even think about. So.
Wow.
No, I'm serious
Yeah.
about different herbs and stuff like that. I find
Yeah.
that very interesting. That is very interesting to me.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I still do a lot of research and I still look into things and I still, it's sometimes very hard to say the things that you want to say. Do you know what I mean?
I'm being it's summertime now, so I make my icebox pickles. All right. So I use a pickling spice, vinegar, water, I boil it, and I don't cook the pickles themselves.
Right.
In other words, I don't put it in the hot water or whatever. So everything is cold. So it's there, hence the name icebox pickles.
Yeah.
Okay. But where I get all my spices from, they're going out of business. Yeah. So trying to find out where to get this one special blend that I was getting. So now I'm going to have to go back and make my own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do I jump into it both feet or whatever? But
why not?
The whole idea is that I'd rather see the spices up front rather than trying to get them from Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that. I completely understand that. I mean, but saying that also, there's wholesalers of dry store food that I use that are online that aren't Amazon.
Okay.
I use them through their websites. So,
this is exactly what I'm talking about. Say, I come to you helped me out with Cambodia. You took me to Cambodia, so.
Yeah, I can't help myself. I actually put one up on my community page today because I found a new one. I found a new channel, and he does all the ancient Chinese crafts. Like so he wanted to make a blanket out of cotton. So he's done 4 videos in a series, and he's planted the cotton, grown the cotton, harvested the cotton, and while that process was going on, he's made the 2 pieces of equipment that he needs to process the cotton.
Wow.
And then he's made the blanket, which is like a duvet kind quilt thing, out of the cotton.
Start to finish. Let's see. We need here link to.
Link
to. What do you mean?
To my channel or this one?
You know what I need for you before you go? I need for you to put your channel up, please.
Sorry?
I would love to learn to make icebox pickles. I'm guessing they're. Yes, they are. They're garlic. They're so easy. It's 24 hours. So it's real easy to do. I use 2 tablespoons of pickling spice in the water itself. 5 cups of water. 1 cup of white vinegar. Quarter of a cup of salt. I cut that back because it used to be a third. Cut it back to a quarter so it's not that salty. Put that in. Bring that to a boil. And also I dropped some dill weed in that. And then I sliced the pickles. Now I've been using Persian cucumbers. A little bit smaller. They're a little bit smaller. Easy to work with. So I put another tablespoon of pickling spice into the jar itself. Chop up raw garlic. Put that in. And some red pepper flakes. Probably about a half teaspoon. I like it hot. So put that in there. Put them back in, cut the pickles, put everything back in the refrigerator. Let that solution come to a boil. Let that cool. Once it cools, take the pickles back out again. Pour that solution back into the jar. Take the pickling spice and whatever garlic I put in there on top, fill it up, screw the top on, back in the refrigerator, 24 hours, you're eating pickles. Really good. Really.
We
Go ahead.
only, what we do is we salt the cucumbers overnight to get rid of the excess fluid.
Water.
And then just pour the hot pickle over it. But we put those straight on the shelf.
Ah.
They don't go in the fridge.
Yeah, so that's what I guess mine was hence the icebox pickles.
Yeah.
Because there's no heat. There's no
I've
heat
noticed
involved.
a lot of the US recipes for pickles, they tend to either be water bathed or put in the fridge. And I'm like, but it's got more than 50% vinegar in it. That means it can sit on the shelf.
I got to tell you a quick story. Last week, it was last week.
Yeah.
Stuff's going around the house, this and that. I'm trying to make the pickles. Okay. Marie's talking to me. Phone's going off the hook. Blah, blah, blah. I said, what the hell? So I made the pickles, finished it. And I'm saying something don't look right with the pot. Poured it in, waited to 24 hours. Marie says, you want a pickle? I said, yeah. And all of a sudden I heard her from the kitchen say, holy shit. Well, what I did was I used a measuring cup instead of 4 cups of water and 1 cup. Okay, to make the 5, put 2 cups of water, 1 cup of vinegar, put everything in, 1/3 of a cup of salt. And I tell you what, your blood pressure should have hit the bing, bounce off the roof.
Wow.
Because the solution was half. No, Lance, I don't put no sugar in it.
Wow.
None. No. But anyway. All right, folks. Sunday night, I'm going to hit the hay.
Yes, I'm going to go start my day.
Here you go. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, kiddo. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Everybody, thanks for stopping by. Maybe we might do this, once a week. Maybe right after Lance's show, we'll come up.
Can do.
All right, kiddo. I'll be in touch.
All right, buddy.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and
Bye.
every one of you. Thank you so much.